What's up, every so? What's up, everybody? This is Invasion Mason, and I figured I would try out something else. I muted the background audio, so I should be able to listen to stuff while I do this. I'm not gonna stream because I don't know the internet. It's been kind of dodgy recently, so I'm gonna just do this for the time being. Oh wow, it's -7 degrees in some places in America. Alright, so anyways, I'm going to make some design for the guards. Alright, let's see. Should I make an action pose first? Alright, sure, why not? Alright, so let's have it be kind of like this. Alright. I should try not to do the 10, like describe it, because I'm gonna have it in a different way. Like in case I'm gonna do a time lapse of it, but I think I'm going to just go ahead and do it like as a one shot anyways. Let's change the ears a bit. And so that should be good. Alright, so these guards, they're basically going to be the employed help of like the states, which is the leader faction in my comic series involving these fairies. It's going to basically be some kind of super strong opposing force. They're going to be wearing like spider silk and stuff, but it's not going to stick to them or anything like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and add that here. Actually, no. Let's add this because I want like their primary weapon to be this tin called a sling. I feel like that would be an interesting tin that they would use in their species. And so basically kind of like this. And like that and that. Now just do kind of like that pellet there, this here, like some kind of rock. Because all it is a piece of string and something else attached to it. Alright, so when it comes to the art that I do, I like to make it in a way where it's like nice and fun to draw for me, and I like to make it where it makes sense logically. Alright, so here is where that part's gonna be. And we're gonna have this go out to here. So when it's like going all about that finger. It's gonna do that, and I should make this a little bit thinner, kind of like so. Not too sure the exact position to hold it. I only saw the 10 one time, but it is what it is. It should convey the point just fine. So let's just erase that right there. Okay. Alright, so let's have his bottom arm kind of like that. Like that. Now, with these guards, their purpose is to basically protect the entire town or city of fairies, because these guys, they're gonna be only like 2 inches tall, not very big, and they live in a forest. Lots of tins bigger than them. So they're gonna need protection 24/7 in order to stay alive, basically. And that's where these guards come in. This guy specifically is not going to be a character. I'm just working on a design for the guards' clothes. And I decided I kind of want a cool action pose for him. Anyways. Oh, what the heck even happened there? Alright. Do that. And this. I have no idea what I'm going to have him wear, so I'm just gonna have him pose kind of like this. Let's see how that looks. Right, now I know what you're thinking. Hey, why don't they just use bows? Those can surely suit better than a slingshot. And to my answer is they're gonna be only 2 inches tall. So bows, it's not gonna do all that much for them, because the wind is gonna be like way more intense for them. So there's not much use of them using bows. Alright, so that's what I'm just thinking of, some kind of like body shot there, because to me, when I think of a forest, I think, hey, that place is windy. So yeah, just do that. This fairies, they're skinny on average. There are going to be some fat fairies. The rich fairies are going to be quite fat, but yeah, they are going to have some fat ones. Now, these fairy soldiers, they're gonna do all kinds of things, because they protect the city from all kinds of villainous stuff. And by villainous stuff, I mean like the possible fairy raiders. I don't think I'm going to have that in the story, but hey, maybe. I've been thinking about it. But what they definitely will do is they will ride on jackalopes, which are horny rabbits. And like, just search up jackalope. You'll see what I'm talking about. They look like rabbit deer. In fact, I actually drew one on the channel. So they ride them into battle and use them to fight off any animal that comes and try to eat their mushroom houses or any of the fairies. And in fairy society, let me adjust this a bit. Guess that part is a little bit more see-through. I see a bit of a checker pattern. Anyways, in fairy society, these are basically the unwanted children. They're going to be the ones that are the guards for everyone else that were like actually wanted by their parents. Because in this story, every single elf, whenever they give birth, I'm still trying to decide if they give birth or hatch, they are going to have 4 kids. And legally, they can only have one at a time. So, like one per batch. So they raise it for 1 year, all 4 of them, and then they choose the one they want to keep. So the rest of them get donated to the government to serve as soldiers. Yeah, pretty neat, huh? In a messed up sort of way. So yeah, that makes these fairies more attached than other fairies, and more like ready for violence and war, and not really care too much about the plight of others too much, in spite of them being there to protect others. Like sociopathic, but in a good way. That's what I think of these fairies. So we're gonna move that to the side here and use this as sort of a baseline. Just make it a tad smaller so I can fit the slit in there. Because I am going to use spider web for it, and I think I'm probably going to use the religious symbol of the fairies to do so. Right, so let's do this. Now, I heard that a spider web is a surprisingly strong material. They're going to have like farms of this stuff where they can just go and use anything they desire from the spider web, which could be an interesting prospect. Right. My delete key isn't working at the moment. I don't think the keyboard's broken, it's just some other thing. Anyways, that's why I'm taking so long to erase that part. Anyways, these fairy soldiers, they're basically going to be extremely disposable because they're always getting eaten by birds, bugs, all kinds of other stuff. Sometimes they're picked off by each other. And these guys have the job to basically protect their entire town. And it's their duty, and it's a pretty big duty. Alright, so we got the armor kind of like that. even though Spiderweb is super strong, I still think they would incorporate like a bit of wood or some other tin in there to help protect against certain insects. Because these guys, they are not strong enough to like hold rocks on top of them. They're very tiny. So let's erase some of this here. Yeah, since basically all of the soldiers are orphans, I think in this society, I'm going to make it so it's considered like still higher class than the masses, like lower class than the royalty, obviously. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think this was how it goes. The symbol that I made up. Yeah, it's pretty close to it. Fix that part. See, would that look better like that? I think so. They're not really gonna use grass for this because it's spiderweb and those are sticky when they're first formed. So I'm just gonna have it stick to it automatically. Then maybe they perform some kind of substance on the web itself that will make sure that it stops being sticky after some time. Like maybe they just dust the suit a little bit. Could be interesting. So let's just add that in that. And let's get rid of the hair. Though it is nice here, it is not necessary for what must be done here. Get rid of that as well. Alright, so that's fine. Shit. Alright, that was lucky. Accidentally hit a button of deselect. Like I meant to hit the deselect button, but I hit the trim button, and the trim button, luckily the trim was outside of bounds, so it didn't erase everything here. Forgot to add his antenna. Alright, let's make this one a teenager. Only one set of antenna tins. Alright, so got a helmet right here. It's looking pretty decent. I like it. So I was thinking like there's something where they use these antennas to be able to smell their homes more effectively. So I was thinking, hey, let's see about improving on that. And maybe I can have them sense like, hey, there's some danger here, so they have this kind of sense right here. Like maybe some kind of tin they dip their antenna in. It changes the smell for it, and the other guards know to get there, kind of like ant pheromone. Could be interesting, but I'm not sure how I would implement that without it being something that every single fairy would have. Alright, let's at least colorize them while I'm here. Alright, let's make these blue fairies. The guards are gonna be of every single race. Just feel like making these ones blue. Specifically.
Our might shattered in an instant. The greatest minds of Amphibia bested by a girl so insignificant. It was the demon of nightmares who undid our
Alright,
fate.
let's erase this little bit here.
It's time for revenge until every single world
There we go.
cowers in our wake.
Let's make this green, because why not? But yeah, the true design looks way cooler than whatever I did just there. That works. So we got comments here. So, like lightly dusted spiderwebs. Spiderwebs usually white. So, lightly dusted, make it around that color. That could look good. And let's use green for the ropes. And so, got all of this so far. I think it's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. The background is already kind of rock colored, but let's make it obvious. Them just shooting their little pebbles at people, trying to get them to go away. It's kind of interesting. Right, they're going to have like an alliance with these owl folk that controls wood. These guys, they can control grass, but only when they're really old, like 50. Some of you may be saying 50 is not old. It is, even for humans, but for these guys, it's very old. They only live to about 60. These fairies. Alright, so just add in some ridges in the wood. I usually make it darker than the wood itself, but I'm kind of interested to see how this looks. In fact, bark doesn't really make much sense at this size, but hey, I feel like doing it that way. Let's add in the eye color. Let's do one with him looking over to there. Let's add a bit of that. So let's add that. I don't think I'm going to make any of them have different colored antennas or different colored wings. But yeah, I like the design of it so far. I think I'm going to draw a secondary picture. Because I also think, hey, what if these guys, they have like some of them that are so like buff they can't fly, because these fairies, they have somewhat hollow bones, kind of like a bird does, so that they can fly more easily. Or who knows, maybe they're so light their bones are just normal, but just so insignificant it can't do much, that they can just fly on their own. Okay, I already have like most of these guys like habits and all that down, but if you guys want to add on to it, just say it in the comments, and if I like it, maybe I'll add on to it. Alright, so what I plan on doing here is I'm going to add something here. Alright, add a little tip there. Alright, I'm listening to some music in the background. It shouldn't be picking up, but if it is, I apologize. but I can't be bothered to edit that out. I'm gonna add my own music, so it should cover it up if anything. I know y'all heard that one. That was loud as heck for me. Alright, so goodness gracious, I'm messing up this eye quite a bit. I don't do it often, but I like having the eye hanging off a bit while still being clearly attached. Now, last time when I was actually on stream, I actually drew a pretty muscular body. So I figured, hey, what if the guards are all that muscular? And instead of like wearing armor, they're just muscular to a fault. Could be interesting. Alright. Right there. Chair. Alright, and got hands like so. Because another idea is, hey, they're so small, armor wouldn't really matter much, but speed would be more ideal. But these guards, they do police the citizens quite heavily. So armor would be useful against them. Alright, so got that there. Let's draw this one with like a staff or something. Like maybe these ones are the ones that go and attack, not attack, but like def- defend and like protect the citizens up close, while the other ones like snipe from above or something. But an interesting fact about the fairies that I'm creating, they have 10 fingers just like humans do. Because they have 3 fingers and 2 hands, 2 fingers and 2 hands. It's 10. Probably an obvious fact, but hey, figured that I would say it anyway. Excuse me. I'm thinking maybe they could have like little daggers or something, or some kind of like slingshot, maybe. Like, say, like some kind of squirrel is attacking them. Because squirrels can basically eat these guys in like 1 or 2 bites. They would have like this kind of thing where they can just fly by, scrape a little bit of flesh off the squirrel, hopefully scare it off, and that would be it for the squirrel. They can still stay safe. Could be interesting. Oh gosh. Let me just continue. I just wanted to see how bad that would look. Goodness gracious. Let's see. I think that would look pretty good. This is how they look without any shoes on. It's just that little extra leg meat there. Foot, no toes. Alright, let's lower this a little bit. The start of the leg. Like these guys, their legs are a bit too long. Meant to make them a bit shorter. Alright, so that's looking good. Not sure why I made him naked. Happy. More likely than not, I'm not gonna change much. Alright, let's make this one 20 something. I'm thinking like maybe all the guards are like 20 or teens because like it's hard to get old in that profession because they die so quickly. Like, perfect spot. Right, that's looking good. Since these aren't humans, I could have saved myself a bit of time and just fill in their eyes blue. And alright, that's looking good. Let's go up and do the other two. So, out of curiosity, I just looked it up, and apparently, security guards don't always wear bulletproof vests. So, these guys don't always need to be fully armored. So, let's just go ahead and do that. But, as a matter of fact, I do have to leave. So, this is going to be finished uncommentated, but do not leave. I'm still going to keep it going. I'm just going to do it silently. So, if you enjoyed this, be sure to press that like button, invade the subscribe button for more videos such as this one, because I apparently doing some commentated art streams now. So be sure to press the subscribe button for more of them. And let me know if you like these or just prefer the normal old time lapses. 40 minutes is too long, so maybe there's a happy medium to be found. Anyways, until next time.